Alright, so at this point we basically got the character working and he bumps into stuff, but our background looks, I don't know, not that great. So what we're going to do is, fix that. Okay, so I have this background there. I'm going to double click to open it up, and here we go. So we have this going on. That's what it looks like. It's not, not super great. So I am going to do this. We're going to, basically what we're going to do is we're going to have two things going on. We're going to have one that's collisions, two layers. So we're going to have one layer that's collisions, and I'm just going to call this one collision. And then we're going to have one that's graphical. We'll just call this one graphics. Okay. So I have this collision one, and that's the thing I'm actually going to bump into. And then the graphics will be the thing that's on top of that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to kind of flesh out more of, like, I don't know, a thing here. So let me just, what size is this? This ends up being 75. Okay, so I'm going to make my lines 75, and I'm just going to, we're going to put like a line up here just so that I have something to keep me from going off the screen on this side. And then let's take this, and I'll just bring this over more. Shift doesn't seem to be doing much. Let me see. Okay, good. Now I can come over more. I'm just going to keep bringing it over like so. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll bring this down, and I'm going to bring this down. And then I'm just going to make some platforms. So we'll just going to draw like a platform here, and then we'll do one across here, and maybe one here, maybe a little one here, and we'll do a longer one here. I don't know, something like that. We'll just so, oh, and we'll make a wall here so we can't go off the screen. Okay, just so that we have something to kind of, interact with, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and Control Enter, and we should be able to, yep, we can, I can't quite make that. I might have to set up like a double jump at some point, but yeah, because I can't quite make those platforms. So can I? Yeah, I can't make that either. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. You might want to test your stuff, such as I did there, to make sure that it's even possible for you to make them. So let's do something like that, and that should be a little bit more possible now. Okay, I'm going to call that good enough. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to select everything on here. The easiest way is to actually just click on the layer itself, and you see it highlights everything. And I'm going to convert that to a symbol. Modify, convert to a symbol, and we'll just call it we'll call it background collision underscore MC, and I'll make it. Doesn't really matter, but we'll go to the top left. Okay, yay! Now it's going to need another thing here, so I'm just going to call it collision. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but what I want to show you is this. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that layer so I don't accidentally mess with it. Now I can start making some graphics here. So I'm just going to quickly make just crappy graphics, okay? Just so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm going to go here, and I'll just do 2. And actually, let's do the rectangle tool. We're already on 2, and I'll do the fill. I'm going to click on this. This isn't a tutorial on how to create graphics, so there's other ones for that. And I'm just going to kind of draw a box, say, and then on top of that, I'm going to actually, we'll take that. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to unlock that, and we're going to do 25 by 25. So it's round on the, actually I want to do the opposite. Let's do 0. And do 25 on the bottom, and 0 and 25. I think that looks more like what I want. We'll do something like that. And then I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to hold Alt and Shift so that I pull it up. And I'm going to right click over it and transform, and I'm going to flip vertical. And I'm going to take the color, and I'm going to make it like kind of like a green. And then what I'm going to do after that is use my pen tool, and I am going to add just a whole bunch of points. Oops, I meant to add points. Come on, let me see. Adding a point. it doesn't actually. Okay. Then I'm just going to go to this, and I'm going to grab every other one. And we'll just kind of like that. I don't know. And then I'm going to grab this transform tool, grab the whole thing, scale her down, and we'll take this and, oops, hold shift. And I'm just going to pull it a little bit over. Okay, so we'll just say that that's a platform. Okay. And let me see. Is that? Yeah. So we're just going to put it here. And just hit Q. And hold Alt and Shift. There we go. Okay. So now that fills that. Now, here's the issue that we're going to have. Let me take this and actually put it... I'll put it right here, just to give you an idea. So I'm going to like that. Now when I go up and I go to this, you can see how I can bump into that? I don't want it to actually do that. What I want to happen is, let's go and grab this whole thing. So let's say I even put it here, right? And I want it to only be on the bottom part. Alright. What will happen is, I'm still going to be able to collide with it. Oops, come on. There we go. And it's not exactly what I wanted, okay? Because I'm like kind of interacting with it. It's acting as part of the whole thing. I only want to be able to collide with these objects, not this one. So we're going to have to change a couple of things. Okay, so I don't have to do anything beyond that. So I'm actually going to take this and I'm just going to hold Alt, and I'm just going to use it to make all the platforms. So just imagine, if you will, a world where this doesn't look bad. Just try to imagine. You know, it's not easy. But I'm just going to try and make all the platforms basically this graphic. Put this roughly in the middle, and scale. And then Alt, and we'll put one down here roughly in the middle, and scale, and Alt, and okay, and Alt, and obviously you would want to spend a bit more time than I'm spending on it. I'm just trying to get something kind of in there. Okay, so you can imagine that these are the platforms. Now, as it stands, I can interact with those. So what we're got to do is I want to make it so that right now, if you remember, the collision of this is on this object here, on background. What I want to do is I want to make it background, but then background and collision. So I can't just say collision, it won't see it. I have to do background dot collision. So I'm going to go in my actions. Let's back this thing up, get to my actions panel, go to actions. And what I'm going to do is, wherever I'm like interacting with the background, so background's fine for like the moving and everything, because I want the whole thing to move. But what I want to do is, for the ground hit test, it should be background dot collisions. Collision, I think it was, is what I want to check against. Okay, and then this one also for the walls, also background dot collision. All right, so it's the collision object inside of the background, and I think that should work. Let's see. All right, come on. Yeah. So now you'll see that I'm, although that object's there, I can still kind of hit the object underneath, but I'm not actually colliding. I'm still only actually colliding with the lines, not the actual picture. Okay, it's the line underneath it, so I obviously didn't line that up well. But I'm not actually interacting with the pictures. The graphic layer, I'm interacting with, it's colliding with the layer underneath. Now, that's fine and dandy, but I can still see it, which is kind of annoying. So we're going to fix it like we did last time. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to go to the collisions layer, and select that. Come on. Select the collisions. There it is. And you see where it says visible? Just turn it off. Under display, and it will, we can still interact with it, but now you'll see it's not visible, which is much better. So we can run around and do our thing, and we have the backgrounds and stuff, and like that's cool. So you know, and yeah, all right. So what we'll do in the next one is maybe make a scoring system, where we score, and oops, oh, I think I can walk through there. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we'll make a scoring system, and so you can see, even though there's nothing there, I can't walk that way. I keep myself from doing it. we'll make like a, I don't know, coins or something that you can interact with. I might update the graphics on this too, depending on time and what have you. But that's the lump sum idea of how you would want the thing. So I might update my actual interface here, but you would do the same thing for yours. Just have 2 layers, but change a couple of things around like that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do one other thing too, actually, before we get done here. I'm going to do the background. So right now I just have that white or gray behind there. It'd be nice if I had another one. So I'm going to make another layer, put it down here, and I'm just going to call this one back. Let's call it back. I don't know. Okay. Actually, let's call it sky, because that's what I'm doing. So we'll call it sky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the other 2 layers so I don't accidentally mess with those. And I'm just going to go ahead and I don't need any color. And I'm just going to try and make like a sky blue. Come on. So something like that. And I'll just make it really big. Doesn't need to be like crazy. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and draw some clouds. So again, I'm going to have some white, and yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna get in here, and I'm just gonna, right. So just making some puffy clouds. Okay. All right. This is beautiful, right? No, it is. Okay, that is great. Okay, imagine I did not a terrible job. Alright, but imagine I made like really nice looking sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click back on that layer so it's one object. I'm going to hit F8, or you go modify, convert to symbol. I'm just going to call it sky underscore MC. And I'm again going to say the top left, hit OK. And then we're going to just call it sky. Like that, alright? So that's how we're going to interact with the code. So I'm going to back this thing up by clicking up here, go to actions, go to my actions layer, go to actions, and oops, oh boy, I did a whole bunch of stuff I did not mean to do. Ah, shnikes. Oh man. Shit. Edit, redo, so control Y. Let's just, okay, I don't know, control Y. Let's see. Ah, I'm getting all sorts of awesome. Cool, man. I like that happened. Alright, so I'm going to fix this real quick, and hopefully, because I don't know what the heck happened. I think my hand was on the space bar and it just went through and deleted everything, which is awesome. So I'm going to fix that real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I seem to have made it. I fixed whatever happened. We have this working now. So I do have to fix one thing. Oops. Okay, so if we're in the back of the scene, if I double click, I get inside the background, you'll see that I have graphics, sky, and collision. I actually got to take this sky layer out. It's not going to work in here like I was thinking it was going to, so I'm just going to right click and we're going to cut that layer out. Okay, go back to the scene here and we're actually going to put it in here. We're going to put it behind the background. So make a new layer. I'm just going to, actually I don't need to make a new layer, sorry. We're just going to paste that layer. So right click and paste layers, and I don't need that guy. Okay, so now it's in this one, and let's see, this guy, it's called sky. Okay, so I'm just going to go to actions, and we are going to add a bit of code. So what we're going to do is we're going to do sky.x is going to be equal to the background. Basically, I want it to be this. Hang on a second. I'll just grab this part here. Control C, the background X and Y. I'm going to put it right after we apply all of our movements to those. But instead of background, these are going to be sky. Okay, so sky and sky, and it's going to be this times 0.2. Okay, come on, there you go. Times 0.2. All right, and and let's see. You can kind of see it's moving, but I'm running into one issue where it's like it's showing the very top of it, so I'm not a real big fan of that. It's all shifted down, so quite a bit actually. So what we need to do is oh, you know why? Because the position's up here. And this one is going, where's its position? Right there. So what's happening is it's taking this part here, and because it's making it equal to the background, which is right here, it's moving the position like that. So I need to make this the same as to right here. So, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I've got the whole thing selected. I'm going to take it and put it like that. Back this up again and pull this down. It's kind of a crappy way of doing it. Like that. And you can see the position's still off because I want this thing's pivot. Come here. I want this thing to be where this one is. So take this whole thing and move it like that, we'll say. Double click to back it up again. And let's see if that's pretty close. So now that's where it's going to be. Okay, so it's just because this thing's anchor is right there, and I just had to make this one's anchor kind of the same. That way it starts there. So now if I control enter, it should be a little bit better. Although I'm still not seeing the clouds. So they're way up there. So it's still a little bit off. You know what we'll do? We'll do this. We'll just make more clouds. So let's just grab that and hold shift. I'm just going to grab all these clouds. Or I'll just make more clouds. That'll do it. So let's go to what? Yeah, I'm just going to make a whole crap ton of clouds so that you can kind of see. But should have laid this out a little bit better, so I apologize. Alright. This is looking really great. Imagine I did a really good job. If it's possible. Might not be. Okay, so we'll go like that. Should have just done that to begin with. That would have solved most of the problems. Alright, good. Now you can kind of crappily see. But you'll see that those are moving not at the same speed as everything else. So we get kind of a parallax, and it looks like we got a sky moving behind us. Alright? Yay. So, that looks pretty good. Alright. And the way that's working basically is it's just taking that back position like we were on this one, but instead of it just putting in that absolute number, it's putting in 0.2. It's multiplying times 0.2, so it never moves quite as much. Alright, so that's the idea. So it moves less than the other part. Alright. That was good. Alright, so we'll call that good for this one, and then like I said, I might make some adjustments and things, and maybe make us the ability to like grab coins and stuff like that. I'll probably change the look of this overall by next video. Maybe not. Depends how lazy I am. Alright.